The NHL and NHLPA ratified the extension of their collective bargaining agreement, securing labor peace in hockey through 2030. Now, I am sure we will hear from many player agents who do not like the deal, but the bottom line is we will have peace in the NHL for at least the next 5 years. And this is your morning Buzzcast for Wednesday, July 9th. Good morning. I'm Abe Madkour. Let's call it the Brad Pitt effect. Yes, we talked about what could be the impact of the success of F1 the movie. We wondered if it could fuel some interest in media rights in the U.S. for the series, which are in market. Well, the Financial Times reports today, Wednesday, that Apple is in talks to acquire F1's U.S. rights. The interest comes as the movie starring Pitt becomes Apple's first big box office success since moving into the movie-making business. F1 the movie, close to $300 million at the box office, making it Apple's highest grossing film. You combine that with F1's viewership numbers this year on ESPN, which are quite strong, up from roughly 1.1 million viewers in 2024 to about 1.3 million viewers through 10 races this year. And as we've said on the Buzzcast, we're going to want to see if there is a continued bump in viewership of races drafting off the success of the movie. So this could be working out exactly how Formula One had hoped. A successful mainstream movie that widens interest in the sport and brings new audiences to racing. Let's keep our eye on that. Moving on to hockey, a startup hockey league is set to return. Yes, do you remember 3 Ice? That is the 3-on-3 summer hockey competition. Well, it's returning later this month after taking a break or hiatus in 2024. So 3 Ice will be relaunched with some new financial backing, $10 million in new capital. It will no longer be a touring league, but now play in one single market, Fort Lauderdale, this summer. My colleague Alex Silverman reports that 3 Ice will begin July 17th and will be held over 5 weeks, playing at the Florida Panthers' newly opened practice facility in Fort Lauderdale. So the previous 2 3 Ice seasons, 2022 and 23, saw the league play in different arenas across the U.S. and Canada, but now they will adopt a single market model. Meanwhile, the league's primary media partner now will be FanDuel Sports Network, so you'll be able to see 3 Ice games on 16 regional sports networks. So what's the energy behind 3 Ice? They believe the game faster, more powerful, more impactful. We'll see if it can find an audience as 3 Ice relaunches later in July. We talk a lot on the Buzzcast about premium hospitality, fans willing to spend more and more for great experiences. Well, here's an interesting concept by the Arizona Cardinals. They are launching a luxury hospitality offering for road games, and they're using owner Michael Bidwell's Gridiron Air charter flight business to serve fans wanting to see the Cardinals play on the road. So this is called Cardinals Premier Travel, and it's available for season ticket holders for one game this season, a Monday Night Football game in Dallas against the Cowboys. Here are the prices. Silver tier, $2,500. Gold tier, $4,500. Platinum tier, $6,000. You will fly to Dallas on a charter. You will return to Phoenix immediately after the end of Monday night's game, just like the team. We have seen all these new hospitality products, and this is an effort by the Cardinals to offer a very simple, maybe pricey, offering that takes away some of the hassles of attending an away game. Now, if you pay up, here's what you can expect. There's a reception in Dallas with Cardinals alumni and team executives. You'll get tickets either in the lower level, the club level, or suite, depending on your package. It includes gift bags and merchandise and all types of swag. So again, I will say this, fans are willing to pay a lot for great experiences. Also, a lot of NFL fans are planning their season around teams' road games. We have seen this at levels never seen before. It's an important space, and a lot of teams are looking to leverage road experiences for their best fans. Staying with the NFL, a contingent from the New Orleans Saints that will include owner Gail Benson will travel to Paris this week to promote the Saints brand in France. This comes as more and more NFL teams are trying to unlock new revenue opportunities internationally, and the Saints have marketing rights in France as part of the NFL's Global Markets program. So the team, what will they do? They'll have a number of events in the city. They'll also be around for Bastille Day. That'll be a river cruise on Monday. And the goal for the Saints, very simple: build relationships and hopefully build new business. We could talk on the Buzzcast every day about changes in the athletic director level. Yesterday, it was Ryan Alpert leaving Tennessee to be athletic director of Georgia Tech. Also, you have Diana Sabu leaving as athletic director to become assistant athletic director at the University of Maryland. We also noted that Randall Stevenson will lead the search for the next AD following Joe Castiglione's retirement at Oklahoma. Randall Stevenson, of course, the former chair of AT&T, and he is very engaged with football. He will take the lead on this search. Some early names floated as possible successors at Oklahoma. Mississippi State University AD Zach Selman, a former 40 under 40 honoree. He previously worked at Oklahoma. So did Kirby Hocutt. He could be in the mix from Texas Tech. Michael Alford of Florida State. He worked at Oklahoma. He could be in the mix. Sunbelt Commissioner Keith Gill. He was a senior associate AD at Oklahoma. He could be in the mix. So what am I saying here? Joe Castiglione, I've said this before, has an amazing executive tree. He hired some very talented people. A lot of them could be in the mix for discussions to go back to Oklahoma, but these will be tough shoes to fill because Joe Castiglione has such a great legacy, but this is also a highly coveted job at Oklahoma. We can't go a day on the Buzzcast without talking about soccer. And if you want to bring a major global soccer event to your city, what do? Well, today you're in Fayetteville, Georgia, as U.S. Soccer is hosting a workshop for representatives of cities interested in hosting matches for the 2031 Women's World Cup. Yes, cities have until September to make a bid. U.S. Soccer will submit 15 to 20 cities to FIFA near the end of this year. So who would attend today's workshop? Well, obviously host committees, stadiums, teams, Visitors Bureau, Chambers of Commerce, all of them will be on the ground in Fayetteville, Georgia. The workshop will include an hour-long session about what FIFA requires from host cities. SBJ's Alex Silverman also notes there'll be an overview of the bid process. There'll be objectives and strategies for elevating women's soccer. They'll talk about legacy programs, and they will also tour the site of the forthcoming Arthur Blank U.S. Soccer National Training Center. That'll be the home of U.S. Soccer. It'll be based in Fayetteville, and this is going to be a very impressive facility. So people on the ground today as U.S. Soccer host a workshop for those cities interested in submitting bids and hosting the 31 Women's World Cup. And we'll end with this. FIFA's connections in the United States and to President Trump continue to deepen. FIFA is opening an office in New York in Trump Tower. Now, FIFA has long wanted to be in New York, especially, of course, with the World Cup next year. And you really have to be in the center of sports business. You have to be in New York if you're a major sports organization. Remember, FIFA already has a legal and compliance office in Miami, but now it will open a more business-focused office in New York City at Trump Tower. Meanwhile, President Trump is expected to attend the Club World Cup final on Sunday in New York. And finally, I know we talked a lot about this upcoming Netflix series around Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. Well, here's a fun sneak peek about the stories of the Dallas Cowboys through the eyes of the three Jones children. This week's SBJ on stage, you can hear from Charlotte, Jerry Jr., and Stephen Jones as they talk in rare, candid conversations about working at the Cowboys, about family, about fan engagement, and really how they are shaping the Cowboys' legacy for the future. That is SBJ on stage. It is a fun listen. Listen to that wherever you find your podcast, subscribe to it, and let me know what you think of SBJ on stage. And that is your morning Buzzcast for Wednesday, July 9th. I'm Abe Madkour. Thanks for listening to the Buzzcast. Stay healthy, be good to each other. I'll speak to you tomorrow.